Hey everyone, this is Green Magic Man.
Alright, let's fire this bad girl up again. Oh, that is nice. I don't have a custom exhaust. My exhaust sounds kind of like a blender. You know what I'm talking about if you have the stock ZX6E exhaust. It's no fun at all. This is a Yosh carbon pipe, I think it is. I didn't really look at, or maybe that's on the Gixxer, darn it. But this is some sort of a carbon pipe. I don't think it's the Akrapovic, but it could be. It sounds good, but of course I haven't had this thing screaming or anything. Alright, let's give a little juice here. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Wow, that was 70 and I was probably up to about 8K and maybe half throttle, and that was crazy. I mean, that's crazy for me. You guys, you know, you wanna swap seats and whack the throttle and crack it on this mountain road in the fog, be my guest, but that was, I mean, it wasn't unmanageable, but I'm just saying it was a thrill. How about that? Cray cray. This is a ticket machine. That's what you got right here. And speaking of that, I do not have my driver's license, and I don't mean I don't have it with me. I don't know where the heck it went. It's been gone for 3 weeks, so, and I forgot to bring my passport, so, you know, I'm gonna have a fun run-in with Johnny Law, let's put it that way, if you actually see one. Fortunately, California is very underfunded, and you know, I have gotten some tickets out here, but just in the cage. Oh no, wait, that's not true. I did get one on the bike, but it wasn't for speeding, believe it or not. I was following an idiot down the wrong way. Now, this is also my first video log recording, and I did it because I just happened to have some extra, you know, audio gear I could try this out on as a test, and I figured, you know, when am I ever going to do a first impression on a Hayabusa? I mean, this is like, I'm on the apex predator here, you know what I'm saying? So it really doesn't get too much better than this. Maybe a ZX-10R, I'm not sure, or maybe the new BMW, or, you know. But anyway, I'm sure this is the fastest bike I'm going to be on for quite a while. So, look at that fog, people. Believe it or not, it's not really cold here. It's a little bit raw. So, hang on. Are we going straight? What? Straight? Alright, well, we're going to hit some twisties. The bad part about this, well, the good part, let's start there. The good part is the pavement is brand new and it's superb. Bad part, well, you see the fog. There's also a lot of cars that come up here for sunsets, although maybe they're not up here so much tonight. But as you can see over here, this is normally a spectacular viewpoint, and it is nothing of the kind right now. We are cruising at an altitude of probably just only about 1,000 feet up here, actually. Looks pretty dramatic, but really we're not that high up. But this is the Bay Area, and this is what it's about in the summer, is fog and cold and sadness. Not like the East Coast, where it is fantastic in the summer. Now here is the wall, and as indicated, there are some bikers here wearing all black, but not too many. So let's see, I am driving in a grandfatherly fashion, but that's, well, I'm just distracted talking to you. How about that? Yeah, I don't know these roads that well. I mean, I've been on them on Green Magic several times, but there's a little rock there, but nothing too bad. I guess we'll probably ride this on the way back up, and I'll be able to take it faster after I've kind of spotted the road here. There's a little pine needles there, and note to self, that's a pretty good corner there. Whoa, there's Johnny Hustle. I know it's not going to look, you know, too scintillating on the GoPro. The GoPro has a habit of making everything look like, geez, did you really? That's as fast as you went? You were kind of going slow. But in real life, you know how it is. It's faster, it's rawer, it's louder. It's kind of weird. You know, the owner is behind me, so I don't want to get too crazy on this thing, which maybe I should, but alright, let's I don't know where he is actually, so I guess I'm going to do a little hanging off here. Okay, I do see him behind me, but he's not going to mind. Do a little hanging. Separation off the seat there. I'm definitely not used to hanging on this bike, I'll say that. I mean, so here's the weird thing. I do like cornering on my bike better. Now, I do have Dunlop Q3s, and they are almost brand new at this point, only about 1,000 miles on them, and of course I'm very used to it. But that said, I mean, obviously the suspension on this is great. I don't have, you know, the soft rear shock problem like I do on the E, and the wallowing and the gnashing of the teeth and the, you know, the grinding of things and pegs when you shouldn't be. So I'm going to see if we can go backwards and take that. Do you want to go back up? Back up? This way? I was going to get on those turns. Oh well. Well, this is a first ride impression, you know. I may be riding this another time in better weather and be able to really get on this. Yeah, this has got some zip. There's no doubt about it. Hey, there's a model walking and somebody shooting some video. Maybe I should pull up and offer my services. That was kind of funny actually seeing this girl with like cat eyes and heavy makeup in the foggy cold, sashaying her hips side to side in the middle of this. This is not exactly runway catwalk material. I am sad to say I am doing 25 miles an hour, which is unacceptable. So I am, well, shoot, I just don't know where we're going. I'm frustrated. I feel your frustrations, viewer. I am too. But that said, you know, honestly, I really, okay, I get on my bike. I do. I crack it open. I've gone wide open throttle, blah, blah, blah. I've probably hit red line. And I've gone triple digits, you know, well into it on it. Sorry, Mom. But that said, I really don't drive that fast much. Just a personal preference, you know. I just don't. Sometimes I do, but mostly I drive pretty regular, pretty normal, I suppose you might say. And sometimes I just kind of zone out and enjoy the scenery and watch for all the crazy cages out there. So I would love to get on the track though. That would be amazing. I've never tracked a bike in my life. I've never tracked a car in my life, and I dream of doing such things. I know I needed better brakes. Now, I'm not saying that the stockers aren't good and they are garbage. I will say that my stock brakes were not good and were garbage. Now, that could also be, I had plenty of pad, my rotors were good. I've read they're just impossible to bleed, and there's a lot of air that gets trapped up in there, and you have to do all this gymnastics and flip them around and all kinds of things and to get out the air, and that's really the problem. And that may be so, I don't know. I will tell you this, I got a complete set of Honda Nissan calipers for 20 bucks, and that included everything: master cylinder, brake lines, everything, banjo bolts, you name it. Super, super easy bleed, and the calipers themselves were rock hard at the lever, which is something I never had with Green Magic and loved. Now, that said, I was using the old brake pad soaked CBR pads that I got with the calipers rather, and they were crap, and they were smearing like it looked like grease on my rotors, which of course doesn't help your braking. So they did not brake well for months, and then they did seem to dry out a little bit. I was drying the calipers a bunch, and then I just pulled the wheel and did brake cleaner on it. And one of them is now great, and the other side is almost there, and now I have really, really excellent braking, and I'm very thrilled with that. Let's get back to the point. So I know I needed good brakes, and I need a better suspension. I mean, no doubt about it, I'd be wasting everyone's time on a track with Green Magic with the old, at this point, 56,000 cage shock. It is just no good. So I do have this Fox twin clicker. Some of you may have seen it. I did mock up the fit. It obviously won't fit. There are three major things I need to fix or modify on it to get it to fit. I've got the clicker. I'm going to rebuild it. I'm going to modify the 3 points on it to get it to fit. I know these twisties pretty good for my bicycling days, so I'm going to see if I can kind of I know we're not doing any turns for a while, so I'm gonna, yeah, here we go. Alright, let's get on the throttle, shall we? Yeah, that's... So this bike, you know, no surprise, this thing can hustle. Again, it is weird though. It's not as fast as I thought it would be. Yeah, okay, I'm not cracking the throttle wide open. Yes, I know this. And yes, I don't know, call me being a puss, but I'm not ringing it anywhere near red line. Okay, stop yelling at me. But it's just weird. You know, I just thought it would just, well, okay. No, it's ferocious. It really is. Okay, so I have to take back everything I just said. I mean, you just whack this throttle. Oh my gosh. Yeah. It's crazy. Okay, so I'm gonna get on the highway and I'm gonna get on this thing. Now I'm not gonna rip it in first because I do not want to loop this thing. Between you and me and all the viewers out there, I am pretty darn afraid of wheelies. I had a wheelie accident on a BMX bike. Yes, don't laugh. Probably in grade school or something like that. I could tell you about it another time. But anyway, it was for me as a kid. It was gnarly. It scared the living shit out of me, and that's why I don't do wheelies. To be honest, I did lift the front wheel off the ground multiple times on the BMW, but the wheelie nanny kicks in so aggressively on that bike, and you know it shuts you down, and it really wasn't fun. I wanted to get at least a foot or two off the ground, but nope, no BMW party for you. That's what I'm saying. Oh shoot! I can just do that. Well, you know, again, I know this is going to look pretty slow, and I'm slow through here, but when I get on it, I'm not going slow. Not for these roads, and I know it will look slow, but yeah, this thing's got some hustle. So what I would like to do is get this on a straightaway and at least go half throttle, and well, let's get at least to like 9 or 10 grand on the tack. These guys are so far behind me. I don't know why I keep waiting for them. So here's a 15-mile-an-hour corner. This one's pretty gnarly from what I recall. See, now here's the weird thing. I downshift, I could just feel the torque hitting the back wheel, and the wheel kind of steps out a little bit. Well, it's certainly different from Green Magic. Laugh at me on my corner. But I'm not here to hustle. I know I'm not. Just here to have a good thing's like, it's so weird. It is like a Jekyll and Hyde bike, yeah, because it's like a normal bike. It doesn't feel heavy, and then it'll go crazy. I mean, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I was calling this bike, it's like the cat. It kind of like lands on its feet. It does everything. Yeah. You know, it's got like It's got it. You know, it doesn't feel heavy to me.
Oh, okay, but I meant as far as like braking. You definitely.
Right. No, I know. That's what I was saying too. I know it's heavy, but you don't notice it.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't feel heavy at all.